is a Electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Riddick with a carry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
A dump off to Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
Goff on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Red zone opportunity. From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
1st and goal from the 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And here now it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Finding time. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Hassan Ridgeway in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down and gets a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught left side by Cooks. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Play action, they'll throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Gurley again here on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now. Green. Philly. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here we go. It's Gurley. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Todd Gurley, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led by their quarterback, Jared Goff. He grew up just across the Golden Gate Bridge in Marin County.
Nothing like being back at home, even if you are on the visiting team, right? You have some familiar faces in the stands, probably got a chance to visit with some people beforehand, maybe a little bit afterwards, but bottom line, he's there to do a job. He's there to try and win a football game. But he's from Novato, right, California, which is the same hometown, ironically enough, of Chargers head coach Mike McCoy and one of our producers in the truck.
Ed Brady.
Big Ed Brady.
And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. So it'll be first down here after the run. One quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. It's a close game here early on. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They go back to Reddick. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now Reddick. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he gets gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll come out in the pistol. Another carry now for Gurley. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the guns. And a nifty little deke juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now gone. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case,
and now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Thomas, the lone receiver left. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now Goff on first down. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. 10 yards still left on second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Green 39. Green 39.
Goff on third down. And James has it. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down, here's Goff. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Their big tight end from 4 yards out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Hurry up, here we go. Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a play fake here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So we've reached half. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. At the 22-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go!
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They come out here in the eye. A give to the fullback on the dive. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call, turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the first down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
They're running with Gurley. And some room to roam now. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the night. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. is Riddick. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that leads to a New Orleans first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now gone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Goff now looks to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So the hard count gets them there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Gone. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver from 8 yards out. And the Saints have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The one running back is Gurley. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Right. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Conley's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Cooks, 58 yards. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And they'll run it here. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll go on the ground.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him through the flag. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. A dump off to Sims. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Goff. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, that's it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Now let's go. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back it up, Philly. Here we go.
Back to throw again. Caught here by Conley. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10. Goff again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passers, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He'll look to throw. And able to find Conley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
The play clock's running down. They'll drop the throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And a solid run down inside the 30. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
Now Gurley. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Watching that body, body. Watching that body, body. Leopard.
They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Goff. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now it's gone. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Goff now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The way the game's played now, you almost can take position affiliations off of guys. He may have been a running back, but they count on him to be a receiver and catch that football.
But he could not catch it. A big drop on 3rd down. Gone. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Detroit!
They come out here in the I.
Here we go now.
Again they run with Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
All right, here we go.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. And Charles, you know what coaches always